What is up, everybody? It's Cedric again, back after so long of not uploading anything to the channel, and I apologize for that. That's on me because I've had a lot of stuff to work on for a completely different channel, and I've been hitting the gym a lot recently. And unfortunately, a couple of days ago, I was doing this exercise. I was picking up some weights, and I had my back blown out. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really sure what it is. I didn't go get checked out and see what the actual, the exact problem was, but it's getting a little better. I'm just getting a lot of rest. And right now, I had some free time, and I was gonna listen to this album, The Romantic by Bruno Mars. He's actually one of my favorite artists. I've never seen him live, and I wish I could, but this tour that he's on right now is kind of expensive, especially because there's a lot of resale tickets and stuff, so it's a little more expensive than usual, which has created a lot of discourse on social media about ticket prices. Not specifically Bruno Mars, but you've probably heard a lot about Harry Styles and the ticket prices for his sort of residency that he's doing in a bunch of different places, venues. It's kind of crazy to see that he's getting a lot of heat from that, and there's a lot of other artists that also are on tour and have really high ticket prices. And I don't know what it is that's just him. I'm not saying that they're not expensive, they're really expensive, but there's a lot of other artists that also have the same stuff set up that basically makes their tickets as expensive or really close to Harry Styles' tickets. I think that's the way you would say it, but I digress. Today we're gonna be listening to this new album. I was just starting to listen to it, that's why you can see that I have everything pulled up, but I decided to record it just so I could have something new on the channel. There's a lot of new albums coming out, and there's a lot of albums that I've listened to that I wish I had recorded myself listening to them, because I really enjoy them, and it would have been interesting to explore my thoughts on the album while recording myself. But for this one specifically, this is the first time that I'm gonna be listening to it. I'm also live on Twitch, which I haven't done in a while as well. I kind of quit that, but that's a different conversation. But I just wanted to listen to it and see how good it is, because I've been seeing a lot of good stuff about it. So here we have it, The Romantic. It's a short album for most albums, I think. I think most LPs, as some people call them, are usually 12 songs, 10 to 12 songs. When there's more than that, it's usually a deluxe or an artist that is kind of crazy in that regard. What I have been seeing a lot of recently is artists putting out albums that are kind of on the shorter side, with either not that many songs or really short songs. Average, I think, is 3 minutes, 3 minutes and a half. But I've seen, for example, I don't know if you're familiar, but Joji recently put out an album, and most of the songs there were 2 minutes. I think the longest one was 3 minutes, and it was I don't know, 21 songs on it, and it was basically a 30-minute album. Even when you had that many songs, it should be a little longer, but different conversation as well. It's just interesting that I've been seeing a lot of that, shorter albums. Sometimes it's a good choice because it helps have better quality, but sometimes having more songs is also kind of a good thing when the artists are really good at their craft, like Bruno Mars. In this case, the fact that it's 9 songs, it means that they should be really good, especially because he's really good at writing songs, and especially because he's I forget what they call it, but it's he plays a lot of instruments, and sometimes he's the one that plays the instruments for the recordings, so it's gonna be interesting. When I Just Might came out, I really liked it, and I'm having high hopes from the small part of this Risk It All song, which is the first one that we're gonna listen to. When I listened to that first I don't know, 10 seconds. I was kind of shocked in a way because I was not expecting what I heard, but I think let's just get started with this song. And let's see the lyrics. I really like this part because it reminds me of a lot of like traditional Latin music.
For just a chance to win your heart, you could set the bar beyond the stars. I'll do anything, anything you ask me to.
Wow.
Say you want the moon, watch me learn to fly. Ain't a mountain you could point to I wouldn't climb. It's crazy, but it's true. There's nothing I won't do. I'd risk it all for you. To hold your hand and call you mine. I'm trying to be your man till the end of time. Oh, I'll do anything, anything you ask me to. I would run through a fire just to be by your side. If your heart's on the line, you could take mine. It's crazy, but it's true. There's nothing I won't do. I'd risk it all for you. I would swim across the sea just to
Okay, I think there was a key change there.
sacrifice my life just to hold you. I could go on and on to prove that you belong here in my arms.
Wow, dude, I'm actually impressed with this song because it's such an interesting choice of like the full instrumental being very I'm not really sure what genre it would technically be. I mean, it's technically pop because it's a Bruno Mars album, but the influence from like traditional music in Latin countries is kind of interesting because it gives me vibes of like kind of boleros, which is like a very romantic genre. And you know, since it's in English, it gives it that more of a traditional pop sort of sound, like it just being a ballad. But all those different instruments that you can hear there, I think it's mostly a trumpet that you can hear in some parts, kind of leading the in-betweens from like verses to like pre-chorus and all that. I don't know. I like the song. It's really nice. It's such a. It's definitely doing the name of the album justice, The Romantic, because it's a very romantic song. But I'm kind of interested to know what inspired Bruno Mars to write this song in this specific style. It's such a like slow song, and it's such a powerful feeling of like being in love with someone and being so willing to do anything for them. I don't know how he's gonna transition to that I Just Might song, but from what I've seen on people that have already listened to this, it's like a really slow song, and then you have something more upbeat or more fast-paced, whatever you want to call it, and then you go back to a slow song. So I'm interested to see how he's gonna transition to that. But so it's a lovely song. It definitely gives you that feeling of like being in love with someone, and then just being kind of in a way blinded by that feeling, because you're like, you know, this person is everything to me, and I'm just gonna like do whatever they want and whatever they ask me to do, and not necessarily that the other person is gonna ask you for something crazy, but like that you're willing to do so much for them because they mean so much to you. So it's a really nice song. I like it. And it gives me this vibe of like other music that I've listened to, especially Spanish music, yeah, not necessarily from Spain, but like music in Spanish. For example, it reminds me a lot of this album by Luis Miguel, which is actually called similar to this. I think it's like romance, basically, yeah, or romance in Spanish. And you can see it here actually, and it gives me that sort of vibe, which is like boleros and like more of like jazz inspired music, or not necessarily that's like a very specific jazz, but like this sort of use of different instruments that are mostly used in like jazz music, and not necessarily traditional jazz, but like Latin jazz and stuff, and like bossa nova and stuff like that. So it's a very interesting choice of instrumental, and I really like it, but I was not expecting that, and that's why I was like, you know what, let me listen to this and record myself listening to it, because like it's something that I was not expecting. I thought it was gonna be more like songs like I Just Might, but I'm pleasantly surprised. And now let's move on to Cha Cha Cha, which I don't know what I'm gonna expect, but I think something gonna be it's something that's gonna be very Latin inspired. So let's go ahead and check it out. It's really interesting when you listen to music like this with that sort of percussion. It gives you this freshness vibe, like you're at the beach or something. And I don't know why we sort of correlate that sound to that.
Come on and cha-cha-cha with me, and I'ma cha-cha-cha with you tonight. I like it like that. She working that back. I don't know how to act.
It's such an interesting choice of lyrics for a song that's that has that kind of percussion and instrumental in general. Because it's like, and I'm gonna pause it for a second. It gives me this vibe of it, like the lyrics of it being more of a kind of like something that would be on 24K Magic, because he's got lyrics like I like it like that, she working that back, and the music that this has got, specifically the like the percussion, that it's more like, I'm not sure if it's salsa or if it would be something different, but it gives me that salsa vibe, right? Something that you could dance to. And it makes sense, right? If it's a song that you would dance to, then of course it makes sense that the lyrics would say something like she's dancing, right? But the way he's saying it kind of gives me more of a vibe of like something more R&B, or something that, I don't know, like a chorus on a rap song, or just something that would be on 24K Magic, Magic by Bruno Mars himself. So it's a very interesting contrast between the instrumental and the lyrics. So I like it, but it's something unexpected a little bit, at least on my part. I don't know. Oh, okay, nice. A very welcome change. Okay. That transition to adding more percussion at the end was really nice, because I don't want to say that it's a bad song. This is not what I'm trying to say, but it was starting to get very repetitive because it was a very straightforward setup, very specific structure for the lyrics and the song in general. So you had like, as you can see here on Genius, you have like the verse, and then it would jump to the chorus, and then it went back to the verse, and then the chorus. And then it's a very traditional structure for a song. I think it was right after the bridge when that sort of change came in. Yeah, I guess you could say that. It was like a refresh for the song. It just made it a little more interesting, because I was expecting to basically just jump back to the chorus, but not at all. I mean, it did technically jump back to the chorus, but it was it added something new to it that just made it kind of fresh for me, and I liked it. It's still very odd to see such a traditional percussion and instruments on the song with like very sort of modern lyrics to it, because like I was saying, when he says, "Oh, I like it like that," she working that back, it's very odd to listen to that, because usually for like at least when they're written in Spanish, most of the songs most of the lyrics are kind of dancing around the point, so they're not straight up just telling you what they're talking about, because sometimes they're very like if you pay attention to what they're saying, it's very sort of graphic, or like it's something a little more intense, and the way they just like sort of dance around what they're trying to say just makes it sound a little more romantic, and like it's something completely different to what they're saying. And usually it's something like that, right? Saying like, "I like the way you look when you're dancing," but they'll say it in such a way that sounds like very profound, and like they're not technically talking about somebody's body, basically. So it's very interesting to see that sort of comparison between something like the instrumental being very traditional to the lyrics being very modern. He's sort of paying homage to the traditional aspect of like Latin music, but bringing this sort of freshness to it with more modern lyrics, which is an interesting choice, and I really like it. And now we're moving on to "I Just Might," which is something compared to those two previous songs, it's gonna sound so different, but I think it's a very, very important choice to make, because it would kind of get a little repetitive if you just basically make another song that's very traditionally instrumented. I guess that's the way you would put it. So now we're getting something more just regular pop, right? And I'm sure there's like, because I saw this comment saying juvenile interpolation, I'm sure there's like some crazy stuff that he's doing with the music, but I'm probably it's just flying over my head. But let's move forward to "I Just Might." And you see, it's such a crazy change from "Cha Cha Cha" to "I Just Might," and but it doesn't throw you completely off in a bad way.
Yes, you did. Ooh, so girl, if you talk like you walk, come and talk to me. But look here.
I've seen the music video and I really like the choreo that he did for this. It's like, it's satisfying. I want to know if there's I don't know if I should call it a sample, but I want to see if there is a sample in this. Nice, dude! I really like this song. It's like, it's so groovy, and it's like, it's such a vibe, because it makes you feel good, and it's especially because I don't know what chord specifically and what key this is written in, but it's just like the chord selection is just sort of like a little more upright, so it makes it a lot more fun as you're playing, like as it's playing. and it reminds me a lot of a song, and that's why I wanted to see if there was a sample or something. I guess it's an interpolation. I think that's the way you say it. But I'm curious to see if these two songs that I have here are, if one of those is the one I'm thinking about, and I'm gonna check it out in just a second. But yeah, it's just a fun song. Like, it really gives you this vibe of like you're looking at someone, at least the way I'm perceiving it, right? Because like if you listen to just the music itself, it's like it's a fun song, and it does make you move because it's just really groovy. But when you listen to the lyrics and like the feeling that Bruno Mars is trying to give off of, you know, from the song, it does give you this, at least for me, it gives me this feeling of like I'm watching someone that I don't want to say that I'm in love with, because from like the lyrics, it's giving us a story of like you're looking at someone, I guess, for the first time, and they look really good, like sort of mesmerizing, and you're trying to see if she can like dance as good as she looks, right? Because if she's looking that great, and on top of that, if she's a really good dancer, then, you know, that's it for you. So it does give me this feeling of like I'm looking at someone that I'm enchanted by. It just makes you feel sort of warm inside, I guess. It's a weird way to put it, but yeah, it's just a very pleasant feeling, I guess, because it's like you're very interested to see what they got, right? Now I'm kind of really excited to see how he's gonna be transitioning from like this type of song where it's more groovy and upbeat to the other songs that are a little more slow paced, slow tempo, I guess, and more traditionally Latin. God was showing off. Let's go. Okay, my guy was in love when he was making this album. They're all love songs, but they're very different, because like that last one is also like very being sort of mesmerized by someone, but it's a very different approach to I Just Might, where I Just Might is more like you're seeing someone for the first time, and this one not necessarily, because it's more like you're talking to her specifically and telling her that she looks amazing, right? Or him, if you want to approach it from that end. But yeah, it's a really nice song. I don't have much to say about it other than I really like how Bruno Mars writes the melody and harmonies for specific sections. And there's something that I was thinking about while I was listening to this, is there's something very, very interesting about rhyming, or just like writing the lyrics with the, I guess this, I don't know what to call it specifically. I don't know what it's named. But this sort of rhyme scheme, I guess, of like rhyming sky with shine, divine. There's something very pleasing about listening to that sound and also have it harmonized. I don't know, there's something very, very pleasing of it, or about it. So where is it? And you see that, I don't know why, to me it just sounds very pleasing to hear that you still shine, and you know, at the same time it's harmonized, so it makes it sound a lot more pleasing to the ear. But let's move forward. A lovely song. I really like the way he harmonizes on the songs. Why You Wanna Fight? It sounds very passionate.
Why you wanna fight with me, baby? Wouldn't you rather make love tonight? You want me knocking on the door, crying in the rain. Baby girl, for you, I'll do all them things. I'm begging, baby. I'm begging, don't go, baby, no, no, no. me show you I can make it right. Oh, 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 oh. Just I can't stop thinking about you, girl. My world just ain't the same without you, girl. If your heart hurt just like mine, I'ma ask you one more time. Why you wanna fight with me, baby? Why you wanna fight? What did you rather make love? Sweet love, sweet love, sweet tender love. Why, 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 why? Why you wanna fight? Let me show you I can make it right. Oh, I can make it right tonight.
Wow. Honestly, I thought the whole album was just gonna be love songs, like in like positive love songs, but this one is a little more on the sadder side because it's like your partner wants to fight all the time. But you know, in this case Bruno Mars is trying to make it right. Very straightforward song as far as the lyrics go. It's a slower song, so yeah, it definitely did transition from a upbeat couple of songs. Not necessarily that God was showing off is an upbeat song as far as like the tempo and or the BPM goes, but it was definitely a little more upbeat in the message. So it did transition to something more sad, but still sort of romantic because you're trying to fight for your partner. I think this one is more on. I wouldn't say this is my favorite from the album, but it's still a very good song. Bruno Mars it's a very strong songwriter. I don't know why I got hit with allergies right now, but yeah, it's just a song over. It's a good song overall. I think this is the most song out of the album. What I'm gonna say. So let's move forward to On My Soul, and let's check it out. Wow, I thought it was gonna be another sad song. I mean, it might just be, but.
Baby, we should be together. Love so hard to find. Break your heart, I would never. Girl, I'd rather die. Say, baby, I'll forever be yours. Every hour, every night, every day. On my soul, I'ma love you like you never been loved before. On my soul.
I'm such a high note, dude. Holy crap.
On my soul. I'm trying to live the dream, but I need you on my team. So if you want me like I want you, let me hear you scream. Yeah, on my soul. Babe, put it on everything. On my soul.
Very definitely upbeat song. It's an interesting concept because it's sort of like you're chasing someone, and I don't want to say you're trying to convince them because it doesn't sound like the right word, but technically yeah, that would be it. Like you're trying to convince them that you're gonna be a good partner basically, and you're putting it on your soul. And it's such an interesting concept because it's a I don't know if you can get higher than that when you're promising something, but it's definitely a transition from trying to make things right with your partner and why you want to fight to making a promise to this person that you're gonna be the right choice for them. Something serious. Something that I do want to mention is that Bruno. I feel so weird just saying Bruno, but I'm a little lazy. I don't want to say Bruno Mars every time, but it does sound like he's having a lot of fun on every song. especially because of the way he's singing some of the lyrics. Like on, what was it? I think it was Why You Wanna Fight, where he's singing why. The way he's singing that, it just sounds like he was having fun. So it's something important as far as music goes, because like you could listen to this and not really like it, but as long as the artist is actually enjoying it, I think that speaks more about the project itself than if, I don't know, half of the population on Earth likes it. Because then you have things like he's not gonna enjoy it when he performs it live, so he's just not gonna put it on the set list and stuff like that. So yeah, it's an interesting approach to music when you really enjoy it. But something serious, let's give that a listen. We're almost very close to the end. Oh, this is something serious. Let's check it out. Ooh, I Got It Bad For Ya.
Ooh, I got it bad for you. You got to understand. Don't you want some pretty babies, pretty babies? I could give you that. Us together, something serious. Yeah. Pretty brown, Bruno babies, I could give you that. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You know I can. Us together, something serious. Yeah.
Interesting.
Us together, something serious.
Okay, it's an interesting choice to have such modern lyrics to like more sort of traditional instrumental, because this is also very Latin music as far as the instrumental goes. But then having something like "I Should Be Your Man's," it's crazy. Like I like the contrast between the two, but it's something that I would have not expected, to be honest. This one is the one that was the most repetitive to me, because it was just the same din, 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 right? Something that I've been thinking about a lot as far as music goes. It's something that is very difficult if you're not that familiar with as far as like writing music goes. Performing a key change on a song is a lot more difficult than it sounds when you do it right, than when you try to do it yourself. Because like I've tried to write songs myself, and I've tried to understand the theory behind key changes and how you do it correctly so that it doesn't sound completely wrong. And he does it here, and I think they do a key change, like they go up and then they go back down to the same key that they were on before, and that's something that's even more difficult. I mean, technically, if you play a specific chord, then you can use that as long as it's a chord that's shared with the other key that you want to jump to, and then going back down would be the same thing, right? You play the same chord again, and then you basically go back to the chords on that other key. That's like the simplest way I could put it, and it's probably wrong in a way, but that's the way I basically see it here. Because again, it sounds very simple to do, but like to actually do it and to have the theory down in a way that you understand how it's done correctly, it's a very difficult thing. And it's a very interesting choice to use in a song, because it does help you break from that sort of repetitiveness of a song when you're playing the same progression. And most pop music uses like the same 4 chords throughout the whole song. So using that key change really helps bring out something different for the song, but still make it basically the same thing. So it helps it be a little refreshing, I guess, for the song. Because if you notice, it's just the same thing over and over. And also the lyrics are just repeating the same thing over and over in a way. So bringing that key change is definitely helpful, and it's something I just wanted to point out. It's not that it's a bad thing, but it's a difficult thing to do as far as like performing goes. At least the way I see it, especially if you're not that familiar with songwriting and all that. So props to Bruno for being able to do it in a way that sounds great. Not that I'm reading the lyrics, but just saying you have nothing left, that can be good. Let's check it out.
You used to light up when I called to say I love you.
It is a sad song.
But these days maybe those words don't hit the same. All alone in this home that we built, just thinking of you. Thought our light would never fade away, but the fire don't burn like it used to, girl. No, don't wanna let you go, but you know something's got to change. Feels like I'm reaching out with nothing left to hold on to. Feels like I'm reaching out with nothing left to hold on to. It feels like I'm reaching out with nothing left to hold on to. Feels like I'm reaching out with nothing left to hold on to. Something's gotta change. We can't let our love slip away. I'm reaching out for you, baby. I need you to reach out and do the same. Come on.
Nice. So that was a really sad song, and it's such an interesting thing to hear or to listen to when it comes to Bruno Mars, because he's a really good songwriter and he's like really technically gifted when it comes to writing songs and also singing. So you can hear like his ability to like just belt out like really high notes. But I feel sometimes, and not to be like, oh, this sucks, because like that's not what I'm trying to get across. It's just that sometimes I feel like it's not necessary to go with like, I'm just gonna sing the highest note that I can for this song, because like sometimes you can just give the same feeling if you do a lower note, as long as you sing it with with that feeling behind. I guess it's hard to put it into words, I guess for me, but they're all great songs. But I feel like he's got much better songs, and I don't know how to put it, but I feel like it's like the first time that I listened to it. I'm sure when I listen to it a lot more, it's gonna grow on me even more. because like they're really good songs, but I feel like I've sort of listened to them before. I guess not because of the music being the same, but like the feeling that he's talking about, I've heard it before, right? And it's such an interesting thing. I feel like some people might be upset with me saying that, but I'm sure that when I listen to this album a few more times, I'm gonna enjoy it a lot more. And not that I'm not enjoying it, but I feel like he's got way better songs. And maybe it's because it's still Bruno Mars, but it's a different sound, I guess, because it's not the same as 24K Magic, which I would say is probably like my favorite album from him. But it's a very different approach, right? It's very different to this. We're still missing one song, but as far as this goes, I think I Just Might is probably my favorite. And then after that, I would say probably Risk It All. And then on God Was Showing Off. Like that's my top 3. But I don't want to say that before I listen to Dance With Me. Or I don't want to set anything on stone before I listen to that. But yeah, I don't know what you think. I would like to know, did you like this more than his previous work? Or are you feeling sort of the same as me of like, this is great, but he's got better songs on other albums? Dance With Me. Let's see what this song is about. Is it a sad song? Are we gonna finish with a more positive feeling? Or what is it gonna be like? Let's see. Okay, just by the chord choice, I like it.
Dance with me, darling, just one more time. Take my hand and let's just slow dance all night. Girl, you know I'm hoping, when the music ends, you and I will fall in love all over again. Dance with me, darling, just one more time. Put your pride aside, right here next to mine. Girl, you know I'm hoping when the music ends, you and I will fall in love all over again. Dance with me, darling, dance with me just one more time. Dance with me, darling, dance with me. I gotta let you know, baby, I still love you, and I don't wanna dance with nobody but you. Dance with me, darling, dance with me just one more time. Nobody but you. Dance with me, darling, dance with me just one more time.
Wow, dude. Honestly, before this song, before I play this song, I was saying that, the music is great, like the songs are great, but like he's got better music. And it's not that I don't like this album. I feel like if I was gonna listen to Bruno Mars, I would probably listen to a different album. And not that these songs are bad. I do like them, but I feel like I would have enjoyed them more. I don't know how to say it, because it's like I would listen to them again, and I'll probably listen to them again just to like get see, now that I know what to expect. Because when I was listening to this, I was expecting a bunch of songs like I Just Might, but they're all very different. Like they're all love songs. Some of them are sad. Some of them are a little more up, I guess, a little more bright, I guess you would say that. I want to say happy songs, because most of them are like being sort of in love with someone, which depends on how you feel about it. It could be a bad thing or a good thing. Some of the songs are just straight up sad. This one is a little sad, but I really like this one. I'm gonna say I like that more than all the other songs. Just I probably I don't know. It might be just on par with I Just Might. Like I like them both just as much. And just like I was saying, I don't want to say anything before I listen to this last song. And Bruno Mars basically said, "Shut the frick up and listen and check this out." It's a really strong ending. I'm not gonna lie. I really like this one. And just like I said at the beginning, that chord progression that he picked for this song, it's really good. Like I like this. I don't know what chords it is. I wouldn't be able to say just by listening to them. But I've always really enjoyed that sort of half step down. I don't know what chords they are. I would need to look them up, but I've always really enjoyed that sounds like it goes down, but not a lot. And not that it's a diminished chord, because I don't think it's like because I don't know. It's very music theory, but I've always liked that sound that. Because it's a very small change from the first chord to this second one, but I've always really enjoyed that, and that's why I said just from that chord progression, I really like this song, and I really like the melody, the way he's singing this, like he's showing off his talent, but it does add to the song, and it's just that because some of the songs he was like singing really high notes, because he's always done that, but for those songs, it felt like it was something not really necessary for the song. Not that it would detract from the song, but it wasn't adding much to them for me. But on this one, when he's singing high notes, if like it does add to the song because everything else is kind of like a little more chill because it's a sad song. It's more of a ballad, I guess. So it does help with the feeling of being sort of not really knowing what's going to happen and like hoping that, you know, when you're dancing with this person that you both of you are going to fall in love again after the song ends. And it does give you that feeling. It does help me put myself in that situation of like trying to fight for someone and fight for the love that you have or once had, and hoping that it's gonna work out in the end, right? And you could say that he's playing a little bit with, you know, hoping when the music ends, we're gonna fall in love all over again. And it's sort of like not necessarily that you're listening to a song together and you're gonna be dancing. It's more like you could picture the relationship as a dance, and hoping that towards the end of like the relationship dying out, that you're gonna find a way to fall in love again and just work it out. You could also say that. Was he trying to do that? I don't know. He could be like, oh, I didn't know I wrote that. But you could sort of interpret it that way, where he's fighting for the relationship and hoping that some of the work he's putting in that's gonna help revitalize the love that they had. So I really like this song. It's a great song to end the album with, because it was starting to get a little like kind of just, I don't want to say mid, because I know that usually means a little more of a negative thing, but something being mid, it just means that it's just whatever, right? It's just not bad and it's not great and it's not necessarily good, but it was starting to get a little more like, you know, they're good songs, they're well written, but they could definitely be better, and this just kind of picked it back up. So definitely a good song. I'm definitely gonna listen to this a bunch of times, you know, just on my regular music listening sessions, I guess, because I really liked it. So definitely an amazing song. But let me know what you think. I hope that you enjoy it. I'm not really sure if you're gonna agree with me, and if you don't, that's completely fine. I would like to know what you think of the album. Have you listened to it? How many times did you listen to it? And what your overall thoughts are. For me, it's definitely a great song, a great album. I wouldn't like to give it a rating because this is the first time that I listened to it. I wouldn't be able to put a specific number to it, but I really enjoyed it. I know that some of the things I said probably sounded like I didn't but I did enjoy it. He's a great songwriter. He's a great singer, vocalist, as some people would say. But let me know what you think. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe so I can keep making more. It's difficult to edit these videos because of the copyright stuff. Sometimes they let me put the full song, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they only let me use parts of it, and sometimes they just cook my shit and don't let me use any of it. And I have to just basically cut it out. The action I did to, I think it was Sabrina Carpenter's first album, I think. Had to edit a lot of stuff out after I uploaded. Let me know what you think. I hope that you enjoy the album. I would like to hear your thoughts. For now, that's it. I will see you in the next one. Just take care of yourself. Drink water, and goodbye.